Yo, yo, yo. It's D.Arthur in the building. I am speaking to you guys today about when a man becomes cold hearted. Now, before we get into this video, make sure you click on the link in the description down below and check out the high value blueprint. I have put an end to end presentation for you explaining what it is, how it can help you, and you also get a free bonus included when you check out the video. Now, click on that link in the description and get started. Now, when a man becomes cold hearted, a man becomes cold hearted when there's been effort put into what he's doing, maybe in terms of business, woman attraction, relationships. For an example, let's use trying to pursue, let's say, a woman. His efforts are he is putting in a lot of effort to try to pursue a woman, and the efforts have gone blank, and the efforts are in vain. He does this enough, and then he becomes cold-hearted when he realizes there's no more reason to try. There's no more chance to try. There comes a point when the man becomes cold hearted. And when a man becomes cold hearted, in his eyes, and even for society, it actually becomes a very, very good thing. When you go through that maybe heartbreak, withdrawal, unanswered desires, when you go through that, it it transforms you. It has this energy that can transform a lot of other areas of your life. It can transform you into a stoic, unbothered individual that's cold. And this, quote unquote, actually can become a very good thing for you. You become more direct. You become less impressed, and you just become a a cold, stoic, indifferent, person. And when you become this, things change. Things start to change for you because now you're unattached to anything. You have no attachment to anything. And once you become unattached to a lot of different things you become unattached to, that is when more likely things get attached to you. When, for example, if maybe you're on Tinder, for an example, and you're going through matches left and right, you're just going through matches, and then all of a sudden you think you've tried so hard, but you're not getting the results that you want. So you become detached from it. You might delete the app for a while, but you might come back. You might just try less. You try less. You're not thinking of an opener. What should I say to the girl to try to get her to like me? You become completely detached, and now if you match with someone, you may you're not even entertaining what you should respond to her. You don't even say anything at all. And when you don't even say anything at all, and you couldn't care less of whether she responds to you or she doesn't respond to you, you have this mindset. This is usually when things start to respond to you, when people start to respond to you. It's the moment you just don't care anymore. You become detached. And when you go through a lot of adversity where you just take everything to the chin, you take everything to the chin, and Regardless what happens, you're completely detached from the outcome, and you're just living at this point. You're just floating, and you're just going through life without any attachment at all. This is usually when a lot of things may even start to align for you. This is how you have to come across. You have to become detached. And when you're trying very hard, you're trying so hard to maybe get with her, get with something, get a business deal, get a sale, something like that, you start to realize that if you didn't care as much for the sale, for her commitment, for any of those things, usually that is when those things that you want come. This is usually what happens. You get the things that you want when you no longer need them. So when a man becomes cold-hearted, he gains the world. He gains the world because he can go into any building, do anything that he desires to do, regardless of what anybody thinks, and go about his merry way. And people will like you more because of that. People will F with you more because of that, just because you're doing exactly what you want. But if you're overcompensating, you're getting her to like you, you're trying too hard. This isn't gonna come across as someone who is genuine. It's gonna come across as you're trying too hard and you're trying to overcompensate for something that you're lacking in life. So this is what happens when a man becomes cold-hearted. When you try your butt off every chance you get to try to get something, try to get something from someone, trying to get something from someone. You try hard. You say things like, maybe not this time, maybe it'll work the next time, and then you keep trying. You have your eyes set on something, but it doesn't ever come around. You become cold-hearted, and then once you become cold-hearted, you actually you give off an aura that is just very indifferent, very plain. You do everything as you please. You can go into a social setting. You can sit by yourself and you can just look straight ahead, and you look cold. And whether you like it or not, people may sense this, that you just you don't care. You don't have any attachment to anything. You're not trying to prove anything to anybody. You're just doing you. When you do this, this is when you may attract a fan base, you may attract a crowd, but you're trying super hard to try to get her to like you. You're doing all these different things to try to get her to like you. When you realize the MFer, the dude who cares less, who doesn't do as much, who's completely detached, who's looking for a fun night, who doesn't care as much, he's the one who's doing the things that you want to do. When you finally realize this is when everything changes. So then you start to realize you yourself have to come across as this person now. You have to be detached. You have to do as you please. You have to do the things that you want. The bottom line is people care too much. When you become detached, when you realize that there's no rules and you can do anything as you please, this is when the entire world, the entire universe rearranges itself to finally get the things that you want. And this right here is the sweetest of all fruit. This is the sweetest day when you realize this. When you realize that enough of being disappointed. There's no such thing as being disappointed if you don't care. There's no such thing as trying too hard if you don't care. You do exactly how you please in any moment. And this comes across as the most cold-blooded, cold-hearted version of yourself. And this is when you usually get the things that you want. Get the things. When you start to realize that it wasn't really her, but it was you. It was you putting too much effort into it, trying trying to make it something that it was not, trying too hard, caring too much, overthinking the situation way too much, instead of just being you and doing what you please, doing the things that you like to do, caring about yourself. Once you realize once you realize this is when everything changes. Because the bottom line is, guys don't think they have any value. They think they need a woman to complete them. And sure, you may think that you need a woman to complete you, but you have to realize that if you want that to happen, you have to be completed yourself. You have to be completed yourself. You have to be okay with yourself. You have to work on other things for yourself to make you the best complete version for yourself. So whether she joins in or joins out, or she's in or she's out, you're still okay with yourself. And this is the state of mind that you have to get to. You have to get to this. Once you're able to do this, you have conquered faith. You can get what you want. This is what happens when a man becomes cold. With that being said, like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Check out the high value blueprint in the description down below. And we'll see you in the next one.